You know, I keep trying to make these health and wellness check-ins shorter and it keeps not working. I'm very unsuccessful at that these days. I'm Tanis Leonhardi. It's my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. And it's my health and wellness check-in on 11 February 2024, a Sunday for this past week. So Monday 5 February 2024 to today, Sunday 11 February 2024, for my social, mental, and physical health and wellness. How did my team do at Super Bowl 58? Good enough, I'm wearing the jersey. Okay, so it was a socially even week, and mentally I found balance in focusing on the 1 mile run, past and recent / present, including the Mile City Mile that was run at in Seattle. I'm filming this in northern Seattle, Washington State, United States, America, Planet Earth, the original. I also found balance focusing on the 2024 World Aquatics Championships, and some other kind of balancing aquatics performances as well. So if it feels like I'm being sucked into the 2024 World Aquatics Championships, being like, how about Max McHugh? Let's bring him in. You know, stuff like that to kind of be like, not completely sucked in kind of thing. I made all of my workouts, including 3 walk runs. I started menstruating 4 days early. I am a she, her, hers. And a menstruating she, her, hers. And I am down to 10,320, so 10,320 calories net weight gain since September 2023. So I had approximately 0.55 pound of weight loss this past week. So between last week and this week, I have over a pound of weight loss. So I'm doing pretty good. I talk about a few of my ongoing YouTube projects, a little bit of where my contracted / paid roommate idea related to my running stemmed from, which was work / research experience in science, and whether I would ever include race footage, speed sports, on this YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. It's a lot. So this is, again, a different structured health and wellness check-in. So talking about a few of my ongoing YouTube projects. So that's a really big mental component, and physical, it's in social, it's kind of everything morphed into one, as at least the 1 mile run coverage, and then thinking through the like, okay, with the 2024 World Aquatics Championships coverage, and just kind of covering my running, be it what I'm eating or training or just thinking through related to running, including like covering recent, physically close and or meaningful results in the past to me kind of thing. So like with the 2024 World Aquatics Championships, who competing, like thinking about taking this paid / contracted roommate idea, if somebody wanted to contract and or pay me, who would I be comfortable with at this championships, you know, that kind of thing, being like, and then how am I covering them? Should I cover them? You know, that kind of thing. So like, what if Adam Peaty really wanted to lose weight during a World Aquatics Championships? And he was like, she knows how to do it. And maybe, it sounds horrible, he's not overweight. But you know, like if when one tapers, they gain weight, then maybe I have a low, since I don't train at high volume to begin with, like I might actually have something that might be helpful and help with the mental health as well as physical health during a championships. Speaking from experience, multiple, right, last week and this week, 2 consecutive weeks during the World Championships that I've lost weight, kind of thing. Directly relevant if somebody's in aquatic sports and competes at these kind of things. So, and I'm tuned in and covering it and that kind of thing. So in that sense, it's a pretty transferable skill. But where did it come from? So I guess talking about a few of my ongoing projects. So it's still running the 1 mile run coverage in 2024 World Aquatics Championships that I'm mainly focusing on. I'm still doing my theme day of the week videos and the sweet and or savory eats video each day. At least I did through this past week. So yeah, and the athletic performance contextualizations more broadly, outside of the aforementioned kind of thing. But I already mentioned that, so there we go. So that's a bit of a YouTube specific, right? There's YouTube projects. And then a little bit of where my contracted / paid roommate idea related to my running, where that idea stemmed from. So work / research experience in science. So this was actually something, probably the single most like brought up idea when we were at scientific conferences, because you know we'd be sleeping in the bunk room of a hostel or the bunk room of a cabin, like a shared like research cabin, or you would that kind of thing. Or it'd be trying to find a roommate when we'd be flying out to a conference, and like, do we get a room, or do we like, how do we split a room, like how do we make this cost efficient? And it was like, man, wouldn't it be cool if we could just pay somebody to be our roommate? And that got brought up, like that it was a frequently talked about thing, like if we got a choice on who our roommates were, because you know it'd be like our research group would have like rent out the entire bunk room, that kind of thing. So like it was a bit of like, we didn't necessarily get a say in who our roommates were. And then there's like just college life in general too, right? Where if one wants a certain roommate, you actually enter the contract together. Like I did that as an undergrad. There was somebody who asked me to be the roommate, and I was like, okay. And so like we actually had to apply for a room together. It was contracted. We had to sign the contract together. So I have been a contracted roommate before. It is nothing new in that sense of like an actual contracted roommate in a university setting. But I'm thinking more of like a work setting. That there's precedent for that in my life as well, and that was something that was talked about. I've had roommates before. We were like, is that even possible to have a paid or contracted roommate? And it was a yes, but does anybody want to pay for it? You know, we're grad students, and we're like, we like free pizza, okay? Like, I'm not that like somebody out of World Aquatics Championships doesn't like free pizza, but like our income was like, yeah, are you gonna pay? You know, like, well, I want to bring my best friend and pay them to be my roommate, you know, kind of thing. I was like, but are you gonna pay your best friend to do that? And how much is your best friend gonna charge? Because they probably have a different job, you know, kind of thing. So like, so it was something that was actually talked about, like seriously considered, but it was more like finances weren't a thing. So like in that sense, it's something that is, in that sense, frequented idea per my background, and something I have actually done, be a contracted roommate before, like as in we entered the contract together to be roommates. So in that sense, the existence of a roommate contract I have been a part of. So yes. And then last thing, whether I would ever include race footage, so speed sports specifically, on this YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. So for those of you who've seen it or not seen it, I do have footage of a dive by Delaney Schnell at the 2023 Pac-12 Women's Swimming and Diving Championships on this YouTube channel currently. So that's not it's competition footage, but not race footage, because it wasn't, I'm here specifying speed sports, and diving's what is it, technical proficiency sport, so points and judging instead of like speed kind of thing. And so that would be like, I have a criteria where there's a lot of people who get race footage and post it on their channel, or clip from a different channel or stuff like that. I don't do that. I do my own footage, in specifying even further my own filming devices and or devices. So even if I like hand it, will you film this for me? Right? Like it's still in that sense my design. So it would have to be my footage, one, and two, at least at this point in time, that's how I feel. That this is talking through it as my view on it now. Two, if I did something like that, so like thinking about the athletic performance contextualizations, so would it be like, if I took footage on something, do like an introduction, do a segment of the video, if I wanted to do a vlog format, right, of the actual race footage, and do like a little copyright Tanis Leonhardi or copyright Tanis Corley Leonhardi in the bottom corner of the race footage. Do that as a segment in the bigger video, and then do my take / perspective commentary piece. Right, that's what those individualized athletic performance contextualizations are. They're commentary, perspective piece, a commentary piece. So I don't know if I would do standalone footage. I have thought a little bit on if I put a copyright Tanis Leonhardi on it, on like the actual video footage, maybe, and then put it in part of a larger video, but it's not something I've done on this channel, and not necessarily something that I I would say that's about as far as my ideation goes on that as of filming this Sunday, 11 February 2024. So there has been thought into that kind of thing, but not to extend beyond the ideation stage at this point in time, at the least. That's what I would conclude with that. So thank you for joining me for this health and wellness check-in on 11 February 2024 for this past week. And happy week of health and wellness to you whenever you're viewing this and wherever you're viewing this from.